this video I'm going to show you how to use the area formula for a triangle. The triangle area formula is 1/2 times the base times the height. Now hopefully from the other videos and from what you see in class, the base and the height, the definitions of them are, the base is any one of the sides of the figure. It can be one of the 3 sides of the triangle. In terms of parallelograms, it's one of the 4 sides of the parallelogram. In terms of trapezoids, it's one of the 2 parallel sides of the trapezoid. For triangles, it's one of the 3 sides of the figure. The height is usually the dotted line, and that doesn't have to be dotted, but it is usually the dotted line coming out of a base at a right angle. It will make a perpendicular angle with the base. It has to be a 90-degree angle, or it is not a height. Even if it's 89 degrees, it's not a height. Okay? Because when you measure how tall you are, you measure when you're standing straight up, when you're perpendicular to the ground. So when you measure a height of a triangle, it has to make a 90-degree angle as well. So in this first triangle that I have here, we have 3 sides of the triangle. Duh, it's a triangle. You've got this side, and this side. This is 9.5 inches, this is 8.5 inches, and this is 10 inches. The base could be any one of those 3. There is a height that comes out of each one of them. Only one of them is drawn in the picture though. But I could draw a perpendicular line here to see how tall this triangle was this way. I could draw a perpendicular line here to see how tall it was this way. But the one that I did draw was right here. Here's my right angle. That's what you need to look for. The right angle connects the base with the height. Well, the right angle connects this base, 8.5 inches, to this height, 8.6 inches. The formula says multiply 1/2 times the base times the height. So we'll do that. I'm going to write area equals 1/2 times the base, 8.5 inches, times the height, 8.6 inches. When I multiply that together, I should get my area. So let's see. 0.5 times 8.5 times 8.6 gives me 36.55. Since it was inches times inches and this is area, we know the unit should be not inches but inches squared. Okay? And that is how a triangle problem is done when you have the base and the height and you want to find the area. We'll look at one more. I'm going to look at this one specifically because this is kind of a weird looking triangle. You see the solid lines actually make up the triangle. But the height isn't inside the triangle. It's outside of it. This happens with obtuse triangles quite often. Okay, one of the heights, at least, in an obtuse triangle will be outside of the triangle. Okay? So when we do this, what we have to figure out is, which one's the base and which one's the height? So your rule is still to look for the right angle. Here's the right angle. It's going to connect the base with the height. And the problem is now there's 2 dotted lines. Which one's the base and which one's the height? Well, the base can only be one of the 3 sides of the figure. So it can only be 8, 6.5, or 12. And this right angle seems to connect this line and this line. Well, this is not the side of the triangle. This is. Which means that's my base. And my height, how tall this figure is right here. Because that really is how tall the triangle is. It's just slanted. It doesn't go straight up. It goes this way. So when you actually measured its height, that's how tall it is. So the formula is still 1/2 times the base times the height. Well, the base is 8 inches, and the height is 6 inches. Well, this is easy. We can do this in our head. 1/2 of 8 is 4, and 4 times 6 is 24. Inches squared. If you prefer to multiply in a different order, 8 times 6 is 48, and 1/2 of 48 is still 24. Okay, multiplication is commutative, so it really doesn't matter which way you multiply these 3 things. There's 6 different ways to do it, but you're going to get 24 no matter what. Okay? The third and last problem, now here's the twist. If I give you the base and height, you can give me the area, no problem. But now I gave you the area, which seems like, oh, I gave you the answer. But that's not what I want. Instead, I want to know how long this is. So we can do that. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the numbers that we know into the formula to calculate the number that we don't know, the measurement that we don't know. So let's see. I've got the area, that's that. I need a base and I need a height. Let's see. Well, I've got 3 bases I want this measurement though, this height. Well, this height is connected to this base. It's not connected to this base, there's no 90-degree angle coming out of this side. It's not connected to this base, there's no 90-degree angle coming out of this side. So if this is the base, and this is my height, let's set up an equation. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Well, the area, we know, it's 36 inches squared. And I say that equals 1/2 times the base, 8 inches, times the height, something I don't know. Well, we can figure this out pretty easily. The steps to figure this out are as follows. Order of operations. Parentheses, don't have them, skip it. Exponents, don't have them, skip it. Multiplication and division. Multiplication. 1/2 times 8. Oh, I can do that. Half of 8 is 4. So that's 4 inches times the height. Well, now you can solve this. You don't need any more. You don't need to go any further, pretty much. It says 4 inches times the height. 4 inches times what number gives me 36? Well, don't sit there and try to figure it out saying, well, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. Instead, work backwards. Don't multiply h, divide. Instead of multiplying h by 4, divide both sides by 4 inches. You can do anything to both sides of an equation as long as you keep it balanced. As long as you do the same thing. The 4's cancel. 36 inches squared divided by 4 inches gives me 9 inches. And that is the height of this triangle when this is the base. Okay? There are different heights. Okay? If I measure the height from here to here, that might not be 9 inches. In fact, I guarantee it's not 9 inches. If I measure the height from here to here, it wouldn't be 9 inches. I mean, whatever that height is, it'll multiply 1/2 times this base times some number, has to give me 36. 1/2 times 9 times whatever this is, gives me 36. You could figure that out if you wanted to. You don't need to. In many cases I won't ask it, but some problems will. If you have any questions or comments or want to see actually how that's done, let me know, and I'll be sure to show you in class, or I can email you. Anything you'd like. Just let me know what you need to, what your questions are, and I will certainly answer them. Hope this video was informative, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you around.